Hey, what's going on, everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with another deck tech, and today we're going to be talking about the first deck of Pitch Black, and that is Larry's Dudunsparce, a deck that I have played a decent amount of already on Pokemon TCG Live, but there's a brand new card from Pitch Black that really wanted me to revisit this deck. And that card is Backtrack Badge. So it's a tool that says once during your turn, after you flip any coins for an attack of the normal Pokemon this card is attached to, you may ignore all results of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again, which is really cool. I'm forgetting the name of the stadium, but there was a stadium back in the Sword and Shield era that had a similar thing, which honestly would be an awesome reprint for this deck as well. But we have a really good tool that helps us, take advantage of the coin flips and try to get some better flips. Sometimes when you're playing, coin flip cards, you just get the really bad RNG, and there's not much you can do, but at least with this, we get another shot at it. So the cards that we're playing in the deck, the main strategy is obviously Larry's Dudunsparce EX with Work Rush. For 3 energy of any type, 80 damage for each heads. We flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. So obviously we put the Backtrack Badge on the Dudunsparce EX, and we try to get some really nice attacks in, which, for those who don't know, obviously we're going to try to put a lot of coin flip. We're going to try to put a lot of energy on this card, and all we really need is just 4 to one-shot a Dragapult. So, if we get like 7-8 flips, we miss, we can go ahead and flip those coins again, and then maybe at least go 50% and get a nice knockout there, which can be overall really nice. But let's go ahead and take the rest of the cards here. We're playing 4 Larry's Dudunsparce, obviously in the deck, makes sense. 3 Larry's Dudunsparce EX, and then the other Larry's card that we're playing is Larry's Komala, which this card is absolutely nuts in this deck. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may use its ability, attach an energy card from your hand to your active Larry's Pokemon, which obviously works really well with Larry's Dudunsparce EX. The other Pokemon that we're playing in this deck, we're playing 1 Pheasantipity EX and 1 Fanrotom. Fanrotom is obviously really good because it helps grab all of our Dunsparce as well as our Larry's Komala, which is really nice in this deck. And then the other Pokemon that we're playing in this deck, we're actually playing a 2-2-2 split of Chikorita, Bayleaf, and Meganium. We're playing a whole bunch of grass energies in this deck, which is just so good with Dudunsparce because obviously they count as 2 energy. So when we attack, it counts as 2 energies attached, which obviously gives us way more chances for coin flips and way more chances of actually, being able to knock out some active Pokemon, some really big beefy EXs or Mega Evolutions, which is really important in this deck. In the only stadium that we're playing in this, because we're obviously playing Chikorita, Bayleaf, and the Meganium, we want to be able to get these in play right away. We are playing 2 copies of Forest of Vitality. Again, it's the only grass types that we're playing in this deck, but it is really nice being able to just go instantly into a Meganium or 2, and then we start attacking with Dudunsparce, and we just get a lot of coin flips. Not obviously 2 Meganiums because it doesn't stack, but you guys know what I mean. Anyways, let's go and take a look at the rest of the deck here. Items. I'm playing Secret Box in this deck. I feel like it makes the most sense just because it helps us grab a little bit of everything for the most part. Obviously, Force of Vitality is pretty huge on its own right, but Secret Box, we get to grab a little bit of everything, helps us set up what we need to do, and I think it's pretty good. You could play like Unfair Stamp, for instance, but I really do like the Secret Box in this deck. We're also playing 3 copies of Ultra Ball and 3 copies of Pokepad because we need to be able to search for what we need to search for, and with Larry's Dudunsparce EX being a rule box Pokemon, we obviously can't just play all Pokepads. But we're also playing 3 copies of Buddy Poffin. I was playing 4 in this list originally, but as long as we get the Fanrotom, we're good. Like, we just need the Fanrotom, boom, and then we can get our Dudunsparce or our Dunsparces. Obviously, we can't grab Chikorita with that, but that's why we have the other 3 copies of Buddy Poffin. And then we are also playing 2 copies of Night Stretcher, 1 special red card, and 1 energy retrieval in this deck. I like him as just one-ofs because, we're playing Secret Box, but just having that option utility is really nice in this deck. And then our tools, we're playing 2 air balloons and 3 Backtrack Badge. Obviously, it's great because Secret Box also grabs these, which is fantastic. So definitely don't mind playing a couple extra tools. I thought about playing a Brave Bangle in this deck, but the math doesn't really add up for the most part. It's not really that impactful, at least from what I was testing. So that's why we're just playing the air balloon and the Backtrack Badge. The rest of the deck here, 9 supporters. We're playing 4 Lily's Determination and 2 Hildas. Hilda's really great because, spoiler alert, we are playing Ignition Energy, and that's why it's great. We can grab Larry's Dudunsparce EX as well as Ignition Energy just with the Hilda, which is fantastic. And then Lily's Determination is just a bonkers card. We're also playing 2 copies of Boss's Order and 1 copy of Judge. Again, Judge is really just a one-of with Secret Box. Having Judge as well as Special Red Card is really good against the Dudunsparce versions of Dragapult, as well as playing against Alakazam. It's pretty huge in both those matchups. So, the energy, it's pretty simple. We're playing 12 energies in this deck, 4 Ignition energy, as well as 8 basic grass energy. The Ignition is really good in this deck, obviously. Automatically lets us attack with Dudunsparce EX, and that's what we're trying to do. You're really not going to put energy on anything else other than the occasional Cruel Arrow Pheasantipity hand, or maybe like a turn 1 or 2 Fan Rotom attack. You also could do Kamala to draw some cards, but other than that, it's not really going to happen. You're going to want to put him on the Dudunsparce EX. So the next thing that we have to talk about is the tips and strategy for this deck. A couple things that maybe you wouldn't have realized normally before playing this deck, but a couple of pointers that I just want to give for my experience playing this deck. So the first thing is, get Rotom into play turn 1. Obviously, we want to because you can only use the Fan Call ability on your first turn, so it's pretty important that we do. So just make sure with Buddy Buddy Poffin, like for instance, if you really want to help set up Chikorita, you could grab Fan Rotom and Chikorita and then use Fan Call, grab the Dudunsparce as well as the, I keep saying Dudunsparce instead of Dunsparce, but then you could also grab the Larry's Komala, which is very, very important. So just try to prioritize that with Fan Rotom. I know a lot of new players, some of them don't realize, like, oh wait, Fan Rotom is only on the first turn, so try to prioritize that if we can. Obviously, we've got Buddy Buddy Poffin, Pokepad, as well as Ultra Ball to try to get it into play on the first turn. The next thing I want to talk about, and a lot of people don't realize this, is Komala is actually better than you think. Komala just says that as long as it's on the bench, you can attach an energy from your hand to your active Larry's Pokemon. That doesn't mean it just is a basic energy. So you can use this to put Ignition onto our Larry's Dudunsparce. If we're in a pinch and we have to have 2 Ignitions on it, we can do that with Larry's Komala, or if you like, as your energy for the turn, you like play a grass energy, and let's say we Lily's Determination or something, and we get an Ignition, we can use Komala to put the Ignition on the Larry's Dudunsparce. So kind of keep that in mind. A lot of people don't realize that. It also does stack as well. So if you have 2 Kamalas in play, then you can also put 2 extra energies on, which is pretty darn insane, and that's why the Larry's Komala is very important in this deck. So, the last thing I want to talk about with this deck overall is it's really fun. Is it better than Dragapult? I'm not going to tell you that it's better than Dragapult, but if you're looking to play something different at like your local challenges or something like that, or your local weekly plays, honestly, I think this deck is a great way to go. It's super fun to play. It's also cool being able to use different cards than you normally would, and I just really like the whole Larry's Dudunsparce package. I've tried out a couple other variants of the deck, like I played a Solrock Lunatone version a while ago, and although the deck was much better at drawing cards, it really was not able to maximize Larry's Dudunsparce that well. And I think with the Meganium package as well as the new badge being able to let us retry our coin flips to try to do some really good damage with this deck, I think is absolutely huge. The nice thing with this deck, too, is it's only $30 to build, which most of your cost is going to be just in the Secret Box and the Pheasantipity. But other than that, this deck is super cheap to build, and it's super fun. So again, if you're looking for something, casual to play some games on TCG Live, or you want something to play at your locals, I think this will be a really, really fun deck that you can play once Pitch Black comes out. If you play it before Pitch Black, obviously just substitute the retry badge there, but you're really wanting to play that because I can't tell you how many times where I had 6 coin flips and I only got 1 heads on TCG Live. Maybe it's bugged, maybe the game just doesn't like me. I'm not entirely sure. But definitely let me know in the comment section below if you've played a variant of this deck, if you built this deck from scratch. Just let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And that takes us to the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. The deck list is in the description below if you'd like to check it out for yourself. Huge shout out to our channel members, Ralph, Matt, Arcadius, Ray, Gary, Sarah and Loki, Michael D, our premium channel member, The Common Cold, Jeremy P, BG Stilts, and Darren M. If you're interested in being a channel member, it's only $1 a month, and you can access the exclusive Commander Crane Discord, as well as watching some videos 1 day early as they're released. So, that's all I've got for you. I'm Commander Crane. Thanks for watching this video, and hope to catch you in the next one.